Hey guys, it's Kelly and I am back with another process video. Today I am using a hip kit and I did not look to see if this was July or August. I think it's July. And I am going to be scrapbooking this picture of crab cakes, yum yum, and wanted to pull some of the food related embellishments that came in this kit. And it was funny, when I first got this kit, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't take pictures of food. What am I going to do? And then it just kind of sat on the back burner. And as I was going through my iPhone pictures, I realized, I'm like, oh, look, when you guys were in Ocean City, I took the picture of crab cake because when I'm in Ocean City, the only thing that I eat is crab. And I don't get sick of it. I could be there all week and I would have crab cakes or crab or she crab soup or something every single day. So I wanted to document one of our favorite restaurants. This one sits right out on a marina where the boats enter, and this particular night we actually were watching dolphins swim, so it was pretty cool. Good food, great scenery, got my husband. What could be better? So at this point, what I'm trying to do is just get another layer or two behind my photo, and I thought I would be using the glassine envelope, and I didn't like it, and I'm not even sure why. So I decided to tear a piece of vellum just to give me one extra layering piece behind my photo. And I did pull in a 6x6 paper pad from Simple Stories as well, just because I didn't want to cut some of these 12x12 papers to mat behind my photo. And so what I'm doing right now is going through all of the Ellie's Studio die cuts that came, just pulling out some things that I definitely want to use and that may work. And these silverware wood veneer I knew had to go on my page. And I've seen several different ways of people, putting them on pages, and I am not the original person that thought up this layout, for one on each, for the fork on one side and the knife and spoon on the other. I don't remember where I saw it, so if it was yours, I apologize. Just know that I liked it so much, I wanted to do it on my page. So I decided that what I wanted to do with these wood veneer was emboss them, and I got out my Ranger Silver embossing powder, and they embossed beautifully. In fact, I think that this is my favorite part of the layout. I just think they're so stinking cute. I can't stand it. So I love the way they turned out, and I'm fascinated in watching the heat embossing take place. So I tried to make sure that I could tilt my as I was holding and with the heat tool, so that you could see it actually taking place. So one thing that I can tell you, when you are, using tweezers to emboss, if you hold really tight, you will get indentations from where you're holding your tweezers. So I try to be a little bit, just hold it just tight enough to where it's not going to make those marks. And I find that with smaller pieces, it's just a little bit harder. And I also, make sure that when you're doing it, that you stay away from your, cutting mat, because it will warp it. So you can see that I dropped the spoon and it knocked off some of the embossing powder, and I was like, oh. So I have an embossing pen, and I was able to get a little bit more silver, and you really couldn't even see where the smudge was. And I just let it dry on my paper, and I was able just to scrape it off. I thought my cardstock was going to, have that smudge on it, and it wiped away completely. So I was pleased with that. So at this point, I am just pulling out things that, I'm wanting to use, and I wanted to use the bold black letters on this layout because they are thin enough to where I could get the name of the restaurant in where I wanted, or where I thought I wanted it to go. And the second reason, they have punctuation, and it drives me crazy when I want to use thickers for a certain word that don't have punctuation. So at this point, what I'm thinking that I want to do is, I usually like doing my title in 2 different fonts or colors or something, just to mix it up. And so I pulled out these LE Studio sticker letters, and pulled out the bottom. You know, you can call the restaurant Harrison's, but it's really Harrison's Harbor Watch. So I wanted to get that, the whole name of the restaurant in. But as I was looking at it, I did not like the teal whatsoever. So I decided to take the teal away and just do it all in black letters. And at this point, this layout is definitely taking a very central, up and down layout. So I don't usually measure where, you know, exactly half my page is, or, you know, trying to get exactly where I want it. I do like to line up things, but because this is going to be in the center and I'm going to have things kind of going up and down, I wanted to make sure that I was pretty close to where I didn't get everything glued down and my eye, you know, start twitching because something wasn't quite right. So I decided to go ahead and glue these wood veneer down, and you will see that I did use the T-square ruler to glue those as well. And it's just because, you know, like I'd mentioned, it was very central and I didn't want it to, you know, drive me crazy. So these foam letters are so nice. The only complaint that I have, and it's not really a complaint, is you have to be careful when you're putting them down because they will kind of go crooked, and you just have to mold them in the shape that you want, which isn't, like I said, it's not a complaint. It's just a, you know, an FYI. And you will see that I do take a minute or two just to even up the letters. You know, after I get them placed, you can see where they aren't quite even, and just lifting them up and placing them. So I'm liking the way that this is turning out. It is definitely a little bit more of a simpler layout for me. And I decided, rather than trim off the edges like I have been doing, I wanted to just sew around the edge in black thread. And I only did it once around. I contemplated doing it a couple of times in messy stitching, because my stitching usually isn't very neat and straight. But I kind of liked the clean look of it, and I felt like it was just a little bit different than a page than I would normally do. And I wanted to leave it because I was just really liking the way that it had come out. This is, you know, like I said earlier, one of my favorite layouts that I've made in a while. And it's nothing that fantastic. It's just, I just liked the look. So what I do with those threads is I just pull them in and secure them on the back so I don't have to worry about my stitching coming out. And I decided that I wanted to pull these cork stickers in. And at first, you know, when I'm thinking cork and silver aren't really going well together, but the cork brought out the color of the crab cake, and the silver brought out the silver in the pan that the crab cakes were in. And I just really liked the way it looked. And like I said, it's not something that I normally mix, but on this page, I thought it worked well. So I did write out my journaling ahead of time because I knew what I wanted to, you know, write about the fact that I always get crab cakes, and this particular evening that we were there, we were watching dolphins. And then I just will do lines as I need. And I like to do that just so that I know exactly what I'm putting down, because if I don't, I will mess it up, hands down, every single time. That pretty much is it for my layout today. I will have a layout up tomorrow, but it won't be on my channel. It will be on the Crafty Maven channel, and I will leave that link below if you haven't checked it out. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.